RDUH Nation, my name is Reid Nelson. This is Izzy Alkafas. This is This Week in Rec, Week 5. We're going to start with...
Apologize. I just want to give props. Not your typical free agent team. Rubio Tuesdays is a pretty solid club, so if you could give them a little later on in the program some plugs, that would be great.
Topic 3 tonight is Rubio Tuesdays. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to start tonight because we have clips from tonight. The Warriors v. Avengers. Now, we got the last couple minutes of the game. There was a comedy of errors of sorts. Emmanuel Harrison put one right off of Josh Hoyle's chest, resulted in a layup that put you guys up 3. Take us through that play.
We got out of a timeout and we said that they're not gonna ever create for each other. They all go one-on-one. So it's almost like they're not expecting passes. So I think what happened is they went ISO, didn't get it, reset. Another guy goes ISO, doesn't get it, reset. Well, I don't think Josh was paying. Josh, I think, was looking elsewhere. He wasn't paying attention, wasn't expecting the pass to come. Manuel got stuck, passed it to Josh, hit him in the shoulder, and it bounced right into my arms. And
you took it the distance.
I just kept going.
So after that, you guys, I believe, are still up 3. You have an opportunity to kill some more clock. You're going to get fouled. Noe Mendez runs into Chris Maher. He hits a brick wall, basically, and results in points the other direction. Take us through that play.
Yeah, it was weird. Noe expects to get fouled, and we say, hey, Noe, hold on to the ball, make sure that he's shooting our free throws. But Noe sometimes plays with his head down, and he just ran right into him. I was just turning around because I was going into the post because Hole was on me, so I was going to get the ball in the post and kind of wait for cutters. So I just had turned around when we ran into Chris, but my guess is he was playing with his head down. Because Noe tends to do that at the end of games because he's expecting to get fouled, expecting the pressure, so he's trying to focus on controlling the ball.
Okay, you're up 2. You're inbounding the ball. Great help defense by the Warriors. Devin Hemrich, came off his man, and then Emmanuel tips the ball. So Stephen Ellis throws it in. Emmanuel tips it down to Kevin Chase. Kevin Chase has an opportunity. I wouldn't call it a bunny. We did actually have a chance to interview Kevin Chase. So here's Mr. Kevin Chase right now.
Okay.
RUH Nation, we're with Kevin Chase. You had some opportunities at the end there.
Oh, it's like Rebels 2.0. Miss it, choke a layup. Yeah, of course. It was awesome. There's other things earlier in the game that was preceding that. Missed free throws, my 2, that. It's just... It was a laundry list of bad
So we didn't see any of those things. We don't have clips of those. What we have clips are
I was honestly so worried about that because I did not need to see that missed layup again in my outside of my head.
So what are you thinking when Emmanuel tips the ball basically down to you, steals it?
I think I got a layup and I'm not going to choke it. That's what I'm thinking until I see it go off the nut of the rim. And
there's a lot of contact down there. Were you fouled?
Yeah, but it happens every game. I mean, I guess Wes is saying I shouldn't fall on that one earlier in the game when I get ripped down on the arm, and I got a nice handprint to call for that, but that's fine. I'm going to fall when I get ripped. But, I mean, I'm not expecting it.
What do you guys take away? What do you learn from this game?
Team defense was terrible in the second half. We had guys doubling when they shouldn't. We had people leaving people wide open for wing threes. We were up between that 9 to 12 point range, and then when those threes were happening, they were bouncing back and forth between 6 and 9 points. You can't leave a good team that close to you. If you're up on 12 or 13, I mean, it happened with us in the playoffs against the good fellas. We took our foot off the gas. You can't do that. Teams are going to get an opportunity. It's going to break. You're going to miss shots. It's basketball. That's what we did. We didn't put our foot on the gas in defense. That's where we lost.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Yep.
That was Kevin Chase. So first things first, was he fouled?
It's so hard. It's so hard to tell because he kind of flails to begin with, so it's really hard to know. And at the end of the game, you're just not going to give him that call. He still has to make the 2 free throws too. So that's, even if he gets fouled, he's got to sink both late in the game. You could give him the call, but it's probably one of those, just a scrappy play, everybody just goes up. There wasn't a real big contact by anybody down there for it to be called. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think it was a foul either. Just the way, I mean, in the NBA, yeah, you call that a foul. But UH, you're not getting that call.
Where was the foul? Like, what do you think the foul was?
I mean, there was contact. You know what I mean? So, little body contact, little shoulder tap, little shoulder rub, maybe. So, Jake, Gave.
Well,
I kind of like Gave.
Well, I kind of like Nick's new Gaves. Nick just gave him. He's so good that he's worth 2. Just make him plural. Just give him 2.
But Gave just sounds so.
Yeah, it's very French.
Regardless, he misses the desperation heave at the end. Great opportunity for the Warriors, squandered. So great game, probably the game of the week. Let's rewind to Wednesday. First thing I want to talk about now, Sock Thumpers played them. Now that's my championship preview. I said that week 1. And I'm serious.
I know you're
Sock
serious.
Thumpers them.
That's the problem. You're serious.
So first off, I want to talk about the Sock Thumpers and how they will be a championship caliber squad this year. They're the 6th ranked team in the players committee top 8. They somehow snuck into the players committee top 8 after a loss.
Yeah.
Just whatever. It is what it is. Corey Rablin, Zach McCray, Bennett Lang. Talk about that squad a little bit.
Oh, I love the team. It's a great team. The biggest issue with them is nobody ever shows up. They pay $80 and 70. Well, I don't think they sign up early. They pay $80 and show up for 4 games, and
nobody pays 80. It's 79 or 69.
79.99. Yeah, nobody really does.
No 99.
It's just 79.
It's just 79.
You guys should just rip off 99 cents from everybody. Nobody cares.
So
we'll talk to Alan about that. But they're not going to make it to the finals because they never show up with the right guys.
They'll show up to the playoffs.
They're not going to show up with the right guys.
We'll see.
They're not going to show up. So, but Bittner, Lang, Rablin, McCray, Bush. It's an awesome 5. Who's the Eicher? Eicher 6, Armstrong 7.
Yeah.
Another guy. I mean, they have a good team, no doubt about it. They're not going to make the finals. You should change your prediction. Them's not going to make the finals. I like both the teams. I think they're both Final Four at best.
I'm sticking with the prediction.
I know you are.
So, okay, back to another thing I said earlier in the season, and that's Devin Stensrud for offensive MVP. 9 for 12 from the three-point line. Okay, do you recall seeing three-point numbers quite that good? 9 for 12 doesn't happen by accident.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen by accident. Wiskus is a guy that can do it. He's obviously a guy that can do it. A guy like Ryan Samuelson can do it. There's a handful of guys that can do it in these leagues that are just prime shooters. In Fridley, Jake Thompson can go, 70% from deep. So maybe 5 to 10 guys in this league that can do that. Nobody else. 9 for 12 is absurd. Even if you're on fire, it's hard to get because after like 6 or 7, you're the focus, and Devin's the focus the entire game.
They only had 5 guys yesterday.
So he's coming out and he makes absurd threes. Like, either Devin's on or he's off. It really doesn't matter who's guarding him or how you're guarding him. It's either they're going in or they're not. You can just watch him. He's kind of got the Sonny syndrome where he just shoots from wherever and they go in or they don't. You just kind of pray as the ball is in the air for 5-6 seconds.
So let's talk a little bit about Blue Chips Rubio Tuesdays. So Blue Chips, the 2 seed. They beat Rubio Tuesdays by 10 yesterday. Tom Anderson was ejected, apparently.
I'm disappointed.
I didn't see it. Why? What are you disappointed for?
Well, he's my private school. What is it? Benilde? Like he's supposed to be the nice guy. He's supposed to be like, hey, you want to go for? I'll take you out to dinner. And
I didn't. I believe it was Tom. I didn't see it. Somebody told me.
That's my guy. That's my private school guy. Do not let your parents watch this. He's gonna get grounded.
So they are a hybrid team / free agent team. They have a couple of free agents. They're not a true free agent team. They're likely going to maybe sneak into the postseason. They got to get to 3 wins.
Well, they're due. I like the guy that got hurt. I don't know their names. Guy with the green shoes, blonde, pretty boy kid.
When I'm there, I'll get him interviewed.
He's not going to be there. He broke his foot or whatever.
Oh, he broke his foot.
Yeah,
there were some injuries yesterday as well,
yes.
So we have to touch on a little bit.
Yeah, so he broke his foot. And he, I think, is one of their better players from the glimpses that I've seen. So that's going to hurt him. So I'm going to say no.
No to the playoffs.
They have 2 wins right now?
I believe so, yes.
I don't think they do it.
Speaking of playoffs, playing games will begin March 5th, right here in Fridley. March 5th, Fridley will be our playing games. The following Wednesday in Bloomington, March 11th, Sweet 16. March 12th here in Fridley, Elite 8. March 18th in Bloomington, Final 4. March 19th, championship games here. Well, people need to know these things.
Yeah, no. They're gonna write this on the. Hey guys, write this in your calendars and your planners as this thing's going. You want to repeat that so everybody can get it?
I'll put it in the comments. Okay. Blue chips. 2 seed. What are your thoughts, Arsenio Richardson?
Yeah, he's cool. Arsenio can ball, but he doesn't play defense. Arsenio still don't play defense, and if they want to make a run in the playoffs, he's gonna have to start playing defense. He's got 2 kids. I think he's got 2 kids. No, 1. 2? 1? He's got 1 or 2, but he needs to stop eating those kids' food. He needs to hit the gym more. He needs to lose about 10, 15 more pounds, Arsenio, play defense, and the Blue Chips can actually make a run. But it's on him.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Is that a team you could see, a team that I don't think they've ever been past the Elite 8?
Yeah.
Can this team make a run? Are they the second best team in rec? How about we start there?
No, they're not the second best team in rec. But they have the potential to make a run, and it's all on Arsenio because he's the engine, right? He's the motor. He needs to get into shape. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this. I mean, I love Arsenio. He's a great guy. You get to joke with him. He needs to get in shape, and he needs to bust his ass on both ends of the floor. If he can do that, because Arsenio's a great player. He can attack the rim. He can shoot the 3. He plays nonchalant sometimes. And he doesn't play defense. If he turns that around in the playoffs, he can carry this team, and he's got guys around him that can play. I mean, this is a solid Blue Chips team. I like the team that they put together. Well, you don't disagree with the face for?
I don't know. My mind had moved on to the next thought, so I don't know. Red Devils beat the Gorillas. What's going on with the Red Devils and the Gorillas?
2 old teams that both hit the ice bath after the game. The Red Devils played a zone, and the Gorillas could not shoot out of the zone, which is surprising. Bryant wasn't there, but it's still a game that the Gorillas should win. The Red Devils look really bad all season. Really bad all season. And they're just not the grinded-out team they used to be. Something's missing with them, and I don't know what it is, whether it's Trey's explosiveness, but they got Andre, they got the new roided-up football player guy. What's his name, Brian?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but he's good. He's a beast. But they're just missing something, and I don't know what it is. I think they don't have enough. I don't know. I want to know. I want to figure it out for them because I really like their guys. Like, they got a great bunch of guys, and they're a really good team. They play together well. They support each other. And they took advantage of the Gorillas playing lazy. And the Gorillas probably should have played a zone because the Red Devils can't shoot either. And we didn't. We played man because our guys like playing man. And we blew a 12-point lead, and Red Devils came back.
Trevor Hazen injured yesterday with an ankle. No idea how long that's going to be, but that hurts both his team up here and the Muskies. So UANO and Muskies. I was told tonight, and I didn't hear this till tonight, so my apologies, that Jerry Stakanovan, which I love saying that name. So any chance I get to say that name about Jerry Stakanovan had a game winner yesterday? That true? Or was somebody feeding me a line?
Squires? He might have. I wasn't there in time.
He is the Squires.
Yeah. Sorry, not against the Squires. Against the.
Are they playing the Muskies?
No, they're not playing the Muskies. Are they playing the Muskies? God. No, I was into that game. I was at the Muskies played the Rebels, and they got kind of handed until the end. The Squires played the Shockers.
Oh yes.
And I showed up when they were in the locker room, and apparently there was some kind of beef at the end of the game, and they were just kind of going back and forth in the locker room. Now they're all, they all paid their dues early, so they have things to lose. They got money, and they don't want to lose their jobs or any of their stuff, so they're not going to throw punches or anything. But I want to know what happened. Sounded like somebody got shoved. But if Jerry made a game winner, I missed it, and you missed it because you don't show up every week anymore. So good for Jerry. Nobody was there to record it because you weren't there.
There's other cameras, so I'll have to pull the security footage. Okay, so over halfway through the season, what do we know halfway in? MVP for the midseason is who?
Nobody. There is no MVP. We honestly know nothing about this league. Teams that shouldn't win are winning. Teams that should win are losing. I mean, it's so jacked up this season. Off constantly is winning, but they played 4-on-5 and they won. That's cool. Players Club. I haven't been impressed with them. They still haven't played the Warriors, if I'm correct. They still haven't played the Avengers. The off constantly will probably go undefeated in Fridley. I just don't know if they can win the championship. Garland's commitment is key. Blue Chips are not the number two seed. Warriors just lost tonight. They were the number 3 seed, so that knocks them out. Gorillas were 4. That knocks them out. Rebels, they might get it together. Kloby's injured. Hope he gets better. Outside of off constantly, nobody else has really been off constantly in Blue Chips. Nobody else has really stepped up and said, we want to win. And even off constantly showed up with 4 guys one week, so they're obviously not committed. So the Blue Chips, out of all the teams, have been the most committed every week. They're always bringing guys, and they're winning all their games. Everybody else, it's a crapshoot.
So 5 weeks in, we know nothing.
Honestly, and I would love for somebody to enlighten us on what we know so far, because my opinion is I couldn't tell you who's good and who's bad anymore. It's just a cluster. Yeah, the Red Devils are beating the Gorillas, but then the Red Devils are losing by 30 to them. The Gorillas beat them. It's one of those seasons. It's going to be one of those seasons. Committee meeting's going to go till 3 a.m. I'm going to have to take the day off of work that Friday. And there's going to be a lot of lower seeds. Even though it's halfway through, I'm going to already say that there's going to be 2 teams that are outside of the top 8 that are going to make it to the Final Four. I think the top is going to be teams that are mediocre, that fight their way to the top, and then the bottom, the better teams that have not committed themselves to the regular season are going to end up getting to the finals.
All right. Well, thank you, sir.
And best of luck to Hazen. I think that's a bad injury. The green shoes, pretty boy. I hope he gets better. I think they called the ambulance. He almost got wheeled out of there. It was bad. There's 2 bad injuries back-to-back nights or back-to-back games, and I don't think we're missing any other people that we want to give best of lucks to. Anybody? Best of luck to the Pigeons. Your Pigeons.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.